Alright people, today I am going to show you my Shabbat routine. So for those who don't know what Shabbat is, it is the Jewish Sabbath. We have it on Saturdays and Christians have their Sabbath on Sundays. We are Orthodox Jewish, so we are very observant on the Sabbath. For those who don't know, Orthodox Jewish is the sect of Judaism that observes the laws the most. So we're pretty strict when it comes to keeping Shabbat. We're going to talk about some of the restrictions that we have on Shabbat in a little while. But for now, I'm just going to show you my routine for getting ready. This is a really bad example because it's such a dreary day outside. The sun's not out and it just snowed. But the sun has not started to set yet. Like for real, it has not started to set yet. Shabbat starts on Friday night when the sun starts to set. And it ends on Saturday night when the sun is finished setting. So it is a total of 25 hours. And by the way, it's so weird. There's no light coming through because literally the sun is not out. So believe me, the sun has not started to set yet. It is not Shabbat yet. Just also a quick little disclaimer. This is actually Thursday. Today's Thursday and not Friday. The reason for this is because I cannot actually record on the actual day of Shabbat. Maybe I can record myself on Friday getting ready, but I just thought Thursday would be easier because we are recreating this whole routine for you guys so that you can see it. We're going to pretend it's a Friday night. The reason for that is because we do not use any kind of electricity on Shabbat. For 25 hours, we are off our phones, our computers. We can't even turn on and off lights. You can't cook. So for obvious reasons, we can't actually video our actual Shabbat on Shabbat. So this is going to be a recreation. And just a quick disclaimer also, when we say the blessings, we are not going to use God's real name. We're going to say Hashem. That's a replacement. Because God's real name in Hebrew is so holy that unless we're doing the real blessing, we can't say it. And because we're not actually doing the actual blessing, because it's not actually Shabbat, we are going to just say the blessing with God's replacement name, Hashem.
Poke. He's in mood.
Hey, how are you?
You left your scrunchie in here.
Oh. Cleaning up around the house is part of my chores for Shabbat.
How is this cleaning up? Hi, Pook.
My mom took that scrunchie and said nothing should be going here.
It's not even Shabbos, it's Thursday.
Rena! Everybody knows that.
Oh, that's kind of awkward.
What does Shabbat mean to you?
I don't know. Can I rehearse first?
Okay, what does Shabbat mean to you?
To me? I thought you'd never ask. Well, to me?
What does it mean to you?
Take two. Take action.
Okay.
To me, Shabbos means a day to relax and take off all work and...
I thought you were going to say your clothes. I was really, scared.
I don't take off my clothes.
Oh, no.
You want me to take
No. Oh, my God, Rena, stop. This is not PG. This is not an R-rated channel, hun.
Start over, take 3.
Okay.
Action. To me... Okay. To me, Shabbos means a day to relax and take off all work. And it's just a fun... Stop laughing at me! Okay. I think it's a really nice day to just take off all your work and just take off all the stress. And why are you closing your eyes? Okay. And just take off all the work and all the stress and just have a day to, get away from it all and spend it with your family and...
What do you think of having no phones?
I think it's actually good to take a break from technology. I think that it's actually helpful because, being on your phone too much is actually bad for you. And I know it's, really hard, but I'm used to it, so it's not, as hard for me. It's even good, if you're not Jewish, just to take off your phone for a while.
I'm going to pretend to be a non-Jew and ask you a question that a lot of non-Jews have asked me. Hey, what if somebody, gets into an accident and you have to call the ambulance? Can you break the rule and call the ambulance?
Of course you can, because saving a life is more important.
Yep, always. Confession time! Have you ever broken a rule of Shabbat in your life?
Of course I have. I mean, literally most people have. I mean, I've embarrassed that I have. One time I accidentally like turned on the lights or like drew or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're not. The whole point is also because God took a day of rest, so we're not supposed to create on Shabbos. The reason we cannot use electricity is because some say it creates a circuit. And it's in Orthodox religious Judaism, it's better to be safe than sorry. So if people say that it might start a circuit, create a circuit, then it creates a circuit and that's that. So we can't draw either or write because that's creating something. Do you remember the time when we were little and we went down to the basement on Shabbat and we drew on the table?
I do not remember that.
I totally remember that.
I remember one time my friend, she accidentally drew and then she's like, oops.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it's on me.
Oh, talk about how our neighborhood celebrates Shabbat.
I don't know, we go to synagogue and we all walk to each other's houses a lot. It's cool to see people. I mean, we don't really do that now as much.
Well, because
we
COVID,
hang
right?
out outside.
Marina has many nice Jewish friends. She's friends with a lot of nice Jewish girls and nice Jewish boys. Do you go on Shabbos walks with anybody?
No!
Can you explain what a Shabbos walk is?
Oh, okay. A Shabbos walk? Well, technically it's just a walk on Shabbos, but it's also like kind of a date walk, I guess.
I heard at your camp a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people do go on Shabbos walks at my camp.
Have you been asked to a Shabbos walk?
No, I don't go on Shabbos walks.
If you could go on a Shabbos walk with somebody, who would you want to go?
Probably my friends because I don't want a date. This isn't Probably with Oreo because he's my boy. He's my Valentine.
He's my Valentine.
Oreo's my Valentine. I
mine.
promised to give him extra meat, so...
I also have friends from this neighborhood, but I'm not that close with them because I never went to school with them. I've always been the one going to that other Jewish school, and now I go to a public school, so I'm not really friends with a lot of the people in my neighborhood. I see them around, I say hi, but I don't really hang out with them as much. A lot of the people I hang out with are from my public school. But that's okay. Friendships come and go, right? One of the things that I do before Shabbat starts is I take a shower. Before I take a shower, I lay out a nice outfit to wear for the night. Every Friday night we have a big dinner with meat and a lot of side dishes. And we put out our china. And we have a big family dinner. And we have to dress nice. In fact, for the whole Shabbat, you have to dress nice because it's a special day. So I have a whole, collection of dresses. My closet is really messy. It's a big embarrassment. Anyway, I have lots of skirts. I have lots of, dresses I could wear. I have a bunch of fancy dresses, but because I haven't been to synagogue since COVID started, which was a year ago, there's no real use to wear them. So I have some more casual dresses and skirts over here. Which one should I pick out? I decided to go with this nice dress and a sweater. Just a tiny rant. My hair gets oily so fast. I took a shower 2 days ago. I take a shower every other day, and to be fair, I was inside all day and I did not brush my hair today. I didn't put on any makeup today either. My face is totally naked. I'm gonna start the shower, guys. See you guys on the other side. Alright, so I am out of the shower and now I have to, I got hair in my mouth. I have to deal with my hair. So I'm going to brush my hair and get the tangles out, and then I'm going to change into my dress that I have here laid out for me. And then I'm going to go downstairs and set the table. One of our chores is to help set the table for a Shabbat meal so that it could be nice. I'm in my dress. Usually I put on a necklace, so that's what I'm going to do. I have this chain necklace that I have. I used to have a pearl necklace. It recently broke, unfortunately, so I'm going to try and get a new one. I guess I'll just add a sweater to it. I'm going to put on some makeup because I want to look nice for dinner. Alright, let's cut to a compilation of me doing my makeup. This is usually the makeup that I do for Shabbat. I put my hair up for the makeup. Time to see how it looks with my hair down. Brush my hair a bit more. Maybe I use my... I need a new one of this. I think I have one, but you know, I'm using up this old one. Use some of that frizzies. Get that frizz out of my hair because, ugh. Alright, so now I am ready to go down and set the table. My parents are taking a wine tasting class, ironically, right now. Hi, Mooshi. I love you. Let me tell you, on Shabbat, we do drink a lot of wine, so I guess it makes sense that they're having a wine tasting class now. Did you like the wine?
One of them was so good. Oh my gosh. And the other was okay.
Let's say the Heimlich cheers, Jeff's thank
Oreo, look at me.
I just want to go through these questions here.
Oreo is being particularly cute right now.
What's he doing? That's cute.
Oh, he's just being cute.
He's super cuddly right now.
So, I mean, like, the caveat at the beginning of that, like,
He appreciates a good wine.
5% of wines aren't actually...
And challah. Do you like challah?
It's hard to say
I
what the
love
honest thing is,
challah.
but, like,
We have a lot of that on
just
Shabbat.
thinking, like,
This is my sister's beautiful Shabbat outfit. Twirl around. Yes, girl. Yes, queen. You got this. I know it's Thursday night and not Friday night, and Mom might be a bit mad about this, but usually we have our TVs off for Shabbos. We usually do not have our... In fact, Mom gets annoyed if we have the TV on even 45 minutes before Shabbos starts, because she wants to create a Shabbos atmosphere. Yeah, of that, before Shabbos actually starts. So actually, ooh, yes, nice cake. The TV would actually be off.
No, don't put it. Mom's gonna kill you.
The time we set the table usually varies. Sometimes we set the table before candle lighting. Sometimes we set the table after candle lighting. Let's just say right now we're doing it before candle lighting. Usually usually I'm in charge of placing cups, and Rena is in charge of the silverware and the napkins. Oh my god, I almost forgot to put a tablecloth on. Hey Mom, what do you think about this one?
That's nice. It's a traditional white. Yep.
Thank you.
No, pick it up. Yeah. It's a little long, but that's okay.
It's pretty.
Otherwise, we'll never use this one.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks
Because
good
of-
on the table.
Because of the guests.
I am here in the dining room where Shabbos takes place, and we have Shabbos dinner here. Every week we sit here, and I am going to set the table.
Show me setting the table.
It's her job.
Wow, I'm really helping out.
She's setting the silverware. Oh, did you set the wine glasses?
I don't need wine glasses. We
Okay.
just had wine.
We're also setting the Kiddush Cups for when we make a blessing on the wine. I got this Kiddush Cup set from Israel, actually. These are extras just in case we have guests. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we have not had guests, but usually it's a Jewish neighborhood thing to get invited somewhere or invite people for Shabbos dinner or Shabbos lunch. But I remember the last time we went to somebody's house, it was Shabbos dinner.
I don't remember.
It was like maybe basically a year ago. They had Indian food.
Oh, I remember.
The last time we went somewhere for Shabbos lunch, wasn't it at your friend Ariela's house?
Oh, I remember that.
In addition to making a blessing on the wine, we also make a blessing on bread. Okay, so technically we can make a blessing on any kind of bread, but we Jews have a special kind of bread. It's called challah. We love it. So you can buy store-bought challah at usually the kosher section of any store, actually, but You should probably buy it at a Jewish supermarket because those challahs are the best. We used to buy it, but over quarantine, my dad actually got into making challah himself, and he makes good challah now. Like, he makes the challah. Mom is lighting 2 candles. We usually light 4, but we're doing 2 now.
We light the candles to bring in Shabbat. Okay. Ready?
Sorry if my hands are shaky.
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, you can mute that.
Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu, v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lehad likner, shal Shabbat. Amen.
Poor Oreo is confused. He's like, Shabbos came early. Where's my challah? Where's my meat? Oreo. Oh, we're not doing real grape juice?
No.
Baruch atah Hashem, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Where's the glass to that?
I know.
You told me to act it out. What was I supposed to do?
Mom, say something about how good it is.
Mom's getting tipsy.
So we are going to do some washing now for challah. Can you explain this?
We wash before eating bread, and challah is bread.
Why do you wash before bread, Rena?
Don't ask me.
Wash to say a blessing on it. So this is a demonstration of how I wash for challah. This is the washing cup. We got this from Israel also, actually. Where's the cup? Amen. Now the challah. So actually, this is an exception because I didn't make the real blessing. But usually we cannot talk until we eat the challah because that breaks the spell. Mommy will do the honors and make the fake blessing on the fake challah.
Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, hamotzi lachem min haaretz.
Amen. And then she slices it up and we eat the bread. And then we start eating our dinner. And sometimes while we eat our dinner, we read this book about, we're not reading it here for you because we're not trying to convert anybody. It's basically just like we read this thing called the Parsha. It's a portion of the Torah, which is the Bible, every week. And these are some speeches about it, and it's just teaches us about it, and it's good for the table. Real stop.
I actually didn't mean that.
It's very good for the table, and it enriches our family dinner.
I'm going to consider our own Girls Defined channel.
No, we are not starting our own Girls Defined channel.
Okay.
So we would usually have some meat. Mommy, what is a typical Shabbos meal?
A typical Shabbos meal is a nice appetizer like soup, chicken or meat, 2 or 3 side dishes and rice, and then a nice dessert.
Nice.
I make dessert.
And Rena, can you explain what's a typical Shabbos lunch usually? Deli?
No. Well, not deli. That's like camp.
Oh.
But we usually get a similar thing. I make dessert. It's really good. We usually mix up cookies or pecan pie or blondies and stuff I haven't made blondies in a while.
Mom's gonna show you tomorrow how she
Also, I
makes her
think the
food.
rookies-
Mom, what does Shabbos mean to you?
It's a good question. Well, first of all, I like Shabbos because I get to read all my books that I don't have time to read during the week. It's a day to rest and not do any work, to recognize that just like God created and rested, we create during the week and we rest on Shabbat. And that includes no electronics too, so it feels very different than the rest of the week.
Special.
Huh?
It feels special
It
too.
feels special, and you have to
Mom, make
prepare.
the thumbs up.
And you have to prepare also because you can't, cook on Shabbat, so you have to do everything before Shabbat.
Daddy, what does Shabbat mean to you?
I don't think you can learn about Shabbos from a video. I think you have to experience Shabbos to know what it means.
Do you suggest that people try to rest and see what it's like not to use electronics and to
They could,
see?
but I was going
That
to
would be
suggest that people,
interesting.
when all the restrictions are lifted and COVID-19 is over, that you actually go to a Jewish family to experience what Shabbos is like. Because what I think it's like, it's a very special time when you carve out time for things that are really important in life. You step away from your work, you step away from the grind of the day-to-day, what you do day-to-day in your life, and you try to focus on what's more important. You focus on your relationship with yourself, with your family, with God. Try to think about really what's important, and it gives you an opportunity to do that.
And I'm just going to say that we Jews are very welcoming, so we welcome all kinds of people to our Shabbos table, and we love to explain things, and we...
But not you.
What? Dad!
Abigail, what does Shabbos mean to you?
Okay, so to me, it means just taking a break from all the chaos that's happening in the world. School is stressful, so not having a day, like having a day where I'm actually not allowed to do schoolwork is like amazing. Also, when I look on my phone, for example, I see all this news about the election, about COVID, and it's a crazy time that we're living in, and it's very upsetting. So I think being forced to not see it can actually be really good to just take a stressor. And sometimes it can be annoying because most of my friends aren't Jewish, so when I make plans with them, like sometimes, they make plans on Shabbos and I have to tell them that I can't come. So it could be really hard, but I think it's good to know that I'll always have a day every week that I put aside for family and for God and just, for my identity.
So since it's so difficult, what prevents you from breaking Shabbos, since there are a lot of things that you might want to do on Shabbat?
I'm going to be honest and say that it's not always easy, and there are times where I did break Shabbos before, but I think that I have a stronger mind now. It was so hard at the beginning of COVID because I've isolated, I was depressed. I still am sometimes, but I think what really helps me is I'm so stressed out that I just want to take a nap at this point. I just want to take a break from everything at this point.
Right. Well, do you think that there's some truth in saying that if you let Shabbos slide, then it loses its meaning, because then you don't really have a safe time where you could take a break if you might not take a break?
I 100% agree with that.
Just something to think about.
Can you summarize our religion just so people could get the idea of what Judaism is all about? Yeah.
Modern Orthodoxy tries to blend traditional Judaism and traditional Jewish practice with the modern world.
Oreo, I'm sorry this isn't actually Shabbos, but we're going to have Shabbos tomorrow night, and you're going to get challah and chicken. I'm going to ask you, what does Shabbos mean to you? What does Shabbos mean to you?
Free chicken. I like it.
And?
More chicken. And spending time with family.
And challah?
Yeah, challah too.
Challah
But mostly chicken.
and chicken. He loves Shabbos. He loves to cuddle with all of us too. He is part of the family also, and we love that.
All right, guys. So, today is Sunday. I actually found this amazing video on YouTube. It was made by somebody named Peter Santanello. Ironically, I had no idea about it, and it was only made a month ago. Basically, this guy was invited to a Hasidic Orthodox Jewish family's Shabbat dinner. This is the first time it's ever been filmed on camera, because what you have to know is that Hasidim, they're a kind of Orthodox Judaism, and they're very, very religious. So it's not like they've, filmed their Shabbat before. And I watched the whole video. It seems that they consulted the rabbi many times, asking if a loophole could be found and somebody could come in and film their Shabbat dinner. And it turns out that there was a loophole. They were able to have this non-Jewish guy come and film their Shabbat dinner as long as they didn't speak to the camera, because that would be considered as breaking Shabbat. This guy basically came and filmed their whole Shabbat experience, and it is a very accurate representation of how we do Shabbat in our home. What we did not show you is we didn't sing all the songs that we sing. We usually sing lots of songs to welcome in Shabbat. We did not show you Havdalah, it literally means separation in Hebrew. It's a ceremony that you do to signal the end of Shabbat so that you could go back to the normal week. There's not a lot of representation of religious Orthodox Jews like myself celebrating Shabbat because you don't realize how we keep all the rules and we can't really video it.
So to have this is a big deal, and it's amazing. I'm going to link that video in my description because it's totally amazing. It really gives an accurate representation of how my family and myself and all the other Orthodox Jews out there celebrate Shabbat every week, from Friday night to Saturday night. Also, not only that, but I also do feel like a lot of people are scared to approach openly Orthodox Jews. For example, me and my family, we're a bit more modern. So if you were to see us on the street, you probably would not realize that we're Jewish. And if you did realize we're Jewish, you probably wouldn't think that we were very religious, because we don't keep the laws of modesty. We're not that extreme, we're more modern. But there are many open Orthodox Jews who are proud to, show that they're Jewish. They walk around with black hats. The girls, walk around in traditionally Jewish long skirts. The Jewish wives, they wear head coverings. And I think that they look so different from the outside that people are afraid to talk to them or to approach them. Many people think that maybe they're not friendly or that they're rude to outsiders. Probably one example is if you've watched Unorthodox on Netflix, their world could seem so different from your world. But I think this makes it this brings down the boundaries. We're very welcoming. I can't talk. We're very welcoming and accepting of people who are different, and we love answering questions. We love welcoming people into our homes, and we love educating them about our Jewish lifestyle. In fact, we have a lot of religious extended family who live in a very religious part of Israel, and we visited them a few times. And while they live very differently from the way we live, even though we're both Orthodox, there's very, emphasis put on family values. They're very close, they're very warm, welcoming. So I'd say it's good, to not be afraid to ask questions, because once you do and you get acquainted with people who are different, both of you could learn something. That's beautiful. And just to elaborate also, a lot of people have the wrong perspective on Orthodox Judaism as a whole. You might have been surprised when you heard that I was Orthodox, and then you see me wearing pants, or you hear that I go to a public school. That's because the whole approach on Judaism, and this is the very reason why we don't try and convert people, but the approach on Judaism is about personal growth. And we do care about other people, and we do care about our community, and we use our Jewish values, like repairing the world and social justice, to help and spread that. It really is personal. You need to have in Judaism, you should have a personal relationship with God. And nobody can follow, even the most Orthodox Jew, nobody can follow every single Jewish law. Literally, some laws are only applied to men, or some only to women, some only if you're in Israel, some only this, some only that. Nobody can ever follow every single Jewish law. So it's about trying to do what you can, spreading kindness, repairing the world. It's caring about others, but also spiritually, it's very personal. There's no fear-mongering. We don't even believe in hell. We believe in rehabilitation in the afterlife. So there's none of that.
So I'd say there's a lot to learn. I think a lot of people have wrong perceptions about Judaism as a whole. You either see on the media a very extremely religious Jew or a cultural Jew who's not religious at all. You don't see the in-betweeners. And I hope this video and the video that I link below will help you, again, break those barriers. Be kind and ask questions. And I love you all, guys.